Hello, my name is Lee Presser. This is my show. I speak frequently to very interesting people. Some of these conversations are so exciting, so intellectually stimulating, I thought others might like to listen in. This is the reason we started recording Conversation with Lee Presser.
Welcome to Conversation with Lee Presser. The Common Core State Standards Initiative is an education initiative that seeks to align diverse state curricula with the principles of standards-based education. The initiative was sponsored by the National Governors Association. This education reform movement was designed to raise academic standards, graduation requirements, improve assessments, and strengthen accountability in all 50 states. But the Common Core Initiative has drawn criticism from across the political spectrum as a federal top-down takeover of state and local education systems. The Heritage Foundation argues that Common Core focuses on national standards and will do little to fix deeply ingrained problems and incentivize structures within the education system. Some education experts argue that Common Core standards lack sufficient public input and were driven by corporate interests and policymakers rather than experienced educators. Our guest today, Gretchen Logue, has been interested in educational issues for over 2 decades. She is the founder of the Missouri Education Watchdog, an educational blog, and co-founder of Missouri Coalition Against Common Core, a site to inform Missourians on the Common Core issues. Gretchen Logue, welcome to Conversation.
Thank you, Lee.
Boy, that was a mouthful. Did I get it right?
Pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we've encapsulated what it is we're going to talk about today, but I know you have a whole lot more to say. First of all, what was it, from your perspective, that the people who were trying to found the idea of standards for students got wrong?
Standards in and of themselves are not bad. We need standards in education, and in fact, the state, our state constitution in Missouri, gives the state the ability and the authority to set the direction and development of the standards. So it's always been a state issue. Mm-hmm. What's different about Common Core is that the standards now are driven by 2 private trade organizations. You said the National Governors Association and the Chief Council of State School Officers.
What's that? What, I know with the national governors.
Yes. CCSSO, mainly school chiefs, superintendents, they have all banded together. They are funded by the federal government. Mm-hmm. So what they did is they got together and they decided that the states, with the NGA, needed a set of standards that were common. Mm-hmm. And so, funded by the federal government, they were the ones that created these standards that now 45 states have signed on to.
What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with that is that it's illegal.
Well, but if the governors are doing it, how can it be illegal? I mean, they're the governors.
Well, basically what you have...
And they're the superintendents.
Well, yes, but the governors signed the authority to go with these consortia, but the governors really... There's been a question on whether they have the authority to actually do that. Mm-hmm. Because what they've done is that they've signed over the control of the standards for a state and put it in a consortium.
Uh-huh. Now, didn't didn't Missouri legislature sign off on this?
No.
Okay.
This bypassed state legislators and it bypassed the voters. In fact, it bypassed the national legislators as well, Congress. Mm-hmm. Unlike No Child Left Behind, that was signed, was a law. Congress voted on the specifics of the law. What we would like people to start understanding about Common Core, it's a massive stimulus program. It's a $4.35 billion check that Congress gave Arne Duncan and said, here's a check.
Who's Arne Duncan?
Secretary of Education,
okay.
United States. You fix education. And it was kind of a hands-off sort of a thing. So what they did is, if you think about it, the Department of Education is using these 2 organizations, the NGA and the CCSSO, as their surrogates. Federal government cannot set standards for states. They can't set curriculum. and they can't set personnel decisions. They can't set teacher evaluations.
Why can't they?
That is in the law.
Okay.
All right. They can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So what they've done, in a sense, is that they have these surrogates that they're funding. They're doing it with federal money. And they're passing it off as being state-led.